unhappy, uneasy, dissatisfied. There is a great disturbance, causing affliction, to this frail and broken mind.
Oh, yeah. What's up, guys? Happy Friday to you. Welcome to an edition of Fan Art Friday that is different from other editions. So if you got my last video, we are revamping Fan Art Friday. It's going to be a little different. I'm going to pick the topic, and I'm going to draw it. And you guys can watch me draw it, hang out, chat. And so that's how we're going to do it. We'll do it like that. Repairman Jack. What's up, Comicscape? First in the house. What's up? Hail Nerds, Creators Outlet. What's up, man? How's it going? Thanks for joining, guys. Awesome. Good deal. Well, we already know the topic, so let's get going. And welcome all. Come on in, chat. And I will be checking the chat periodically. And let's go over to the drawing board, shall we? All right, so this is a little something I'm working on. This is just a placeholder, so check that out. I don't know how to pronounce this girl's name, but I think it's Eldergard. It's like an anime type deal, and she's dressed as the Fire Emperor with his mask on, but it's broken and it's revealing her face underneath. So it's a commission I'm working on, but for now, we're drawing Scarlet Witch. So I got a few sketches here. So this is kind of what I laid out at the beginning. Just kind of get my idea and concept down. Something like that. Very simple kind of gesture drawing. But that's what I'm going for. And I kind of like this one a little bit better. Kind of like a side shot. But so get my thoughts on paper. This is what I'm going to be drawing today. This is my rough. So I'm going to keep this here. And we're going to use that. All right. Let me get my pencil. We shall begin. So I hope you guys are doing well. Again, it's Friday. The week has flown by. And here we are. Actually, no, this week kind of went slow. I was like, it was Wednesday. And I'm like, why do I think it's Thursday? And then it's Thursday, and I'm like, why do I think it's Friday? And now we're at Friday, and I'm like, okay, yeah, now it feels like Friday. Okay. Got to make sure I get her all on the paper. And she's pretty centered. So this will be a print. A lot of times I get requests for different characters that I don't have, and I'm like, all right, I need to do that chick. I need to work on a Scarlet Witch, and so that is the reason why we're doing Scarlet Witch today. Kind of a more downward angle. So this is how I approach my roughs. I kind of know what I want to do, but it's very simple. And hopefully you can see that all right. Dun, dun, dun. Too much light and you can't see the pencils. But I'm just roughing out basically what I have over here and just putting it down on the paper. And it might change a little bit, you know, I'm flexible. I'm going to actually have her looking off to the side a little bit rather than straight on. But just having that nice gesture. Getting the figure where I like it. Just gotta make sure I don't chop off her feet. You don't want to chop off their feet. That's the worst. That's always hard because it's like, all right, well, how high up do I start her? And I don't want to chop off her feet. Her fingers are represented by just some quick squibbles, because that's all that's needed. I'm just giving you the impression of some fingers there. It's not really fingers. Then you got to get the hand here. Casting some spells. So let's see here. I don't know if you can see that, but just very, ever so slightly, throwing down some lines. Just the rough. Just the rough. But don't need to get super detailed. It's just kind of, it's more of a gesture drawing. Just kind of getting the feel of it. And yeah. Let's see here. Torso. Don't want to go too big on the torso on a girl, woman, lady. Got to keep it slender. It's one of the things growing up. I could never really draw girls well because I love drawing the big, huge buff dudes. And then when it came time to draw women, I was like, gosh, I was so stuck on the big, huge torso, and everything was just too big. So it was like, it took a long time to just get used to drawing a female figure. I'm finally at the point where I feel pretty comfortable with it, but it took a while, man, to get used to drawing a different kind of figure. It took a lot of practice. Kind of break myself with the habits that I had created for so long. Because for so long, I would draw as guys. So, you know, growing up in school, even into high school, it was just mostly drawing dudes, the heroes, you know. And of course, I chopped off her foot. Her foot is off the page. Her foot is off the page. There we go. Let's get that light out of there. There we go. Haha. Much better. All right. Well, all right. So the question is, do I just go with it and fix it in Photoshop? Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to scan this in and then blow it up 11 by 17. And then I'm going to ink it, but I'm going to blow it up and then make a print of it. All my prints are 11 by 17. So I'm not going to worry about it too much. Because I feel like she's in a good position. I like the figure, and I only have just a little bit. So I'm not going to erase the whole thing just to move it up a few centimeters. I'm just going to go with it. I'll draw that in Photoshop. It's a no-no, but we'll do something to mask it. We'll hide it. All right. We'll put her cape down there. Her cape will be flying over her foot. Like, what are you doing, Eric? I thought you were a professional. Yeah, but sometimes you got to make those calls, man. And I'm making that call. Is it really worth erasing all this just for a few more centimeters and a foot and the tip of a foot? Ain't gonna do it. Okay, all right. So I'm digging it. I'm digging it. So it's a little, I mean, it's like a little different, but not much. Focus. So here's the original. Focus camera. So now it's darker. It doesn't want to focus. Let's get a little more light in there. There's the original sketch. And here's what we got. Boom. Kind of see. Pretty similar. A few differences. I kind of like this torso better, but maybe I can work with it. So that's the problem. Sometimes when I do roughs and I do like thumbnails, even for comic book pages, I'll really like what I lay down on the rough, and then it's like crap. And then I try and like recreate it, and I don't get it exactly where I like it. So it's kind of like, man, you kind of sometimes just got to deal with it. But yeah. But at least you have a reference point. So it's like if I want to tweak this torso a little bit, I can kind of get it kind of looking a little more like that one. Just kind of work with it. I feel like this one's a little turned a little bit towards us more. So if I want to do that, I'm just going to bring this center line over, and I'm going to shift everything over on that center point. Now at this point, I could start pressing a little harder with my pencil because I like where we're at, and I can get darker with it. And because I'm inking my own stuff, if I'm not inking my own stuff, if I'm doing tight pencils, like so this one I knew I was doing tight pencils. I do blue lines underneath. Because if I do light pencil and I start scribbling, it's really hard to erase around the tight pencil and erase all that scribbles. But the blue line, you can keep it there, and it kind of fades into the background once it's all done, so you won't notice it as much. But when I'm inking my own stuff, I'm doing light pencils. This is a 3B. Erases really nice. You ink it, just erase everything, and boom, there you go. You're left with just the inks. I could actually show you my Ahsoka drawing that I finished. So, final, fully inked piece of art, and you can see there's really not a lot of, you can't see any of the pencil. It is gone. So, really nice final piece there, and you don't have any of the junk left over. So there you go. All right. So let's continue fixing this a little bit. I say fixing, I'm just tweaking it to my liking. That's what I'm doing here. So I'm going to go a little over here. And so here's our shoulder. There. This one goes a little up. It's still not perfect, but I like it better. This line kind of goes a little too high. Well, maybe not. The way I drew it. Let's see. So here's her center of her neck. It works. It ain't perfect, but it works. But if I want to fix that, I can go a little higher. If I want to do that. There we go. Maybe a little too high. There we go. Something like that. That works. It looks like Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch is very voluptuous and buxom. All right. If you don't know what that word means, you got to look it up. I had to look it up too, but it's a good word. Buxom. All right. And I try not to get too angled with the female figures. Got to keep the curves nice and light. All right. Bring it back. Here we go. I mean, sometimes, honestly, I do make the legs too long, which on a woman, you kind of want those long legs. It looks better with long legs, but sometimes I could go a little shorter. So let me see if I can pick up this foot a little bit. Probably can, actually. Let's see. But then, too, you don't want like the tip just touching the end of the paper. They're all big no-nos that Eric should avoid, but he doesn't. But there we go. I think we got, if I wanted to, I could fit that in there. Okay. All right. It's a little better. Little foot sticking out there. All right, now for the cape. Best thing for the cape is just throwing out some squiggles and see what looks good. Drawing a cool cape takes some time and practice. Get those folds just right. Dun, 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 dun. I'm not going to cover a foot with the cape because I feel like we're okay there. But I'm going to continue to pick it up. There we go. We got it. We're off the bottom of the page. There we go. Ever so close, but we fixed it. And her leg still looks good. There we go. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. All right. There we go. That's going to have to work for the lighting. The lighting sucks until I ink, so I apologize for that. And I would use a darker pencil, but again, I want to be able to erase it and not be left with all the pencil marks when I'm done. All right, now for the face. Let's see. Let me get a little closer. There we go. Maybe that will help. Okay, so here we go. Dun, 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 dun. Get that mask on there. Eyebrows. Nose. Mouth. There we go. Bigger eyes. I'm just kissing the paper with my pencil here. Not going very hard yet. Just sketching those lines out there. All right, I'm gonna get this down. There we go. Now the hair. Going crazy with the hair here. And then, of course, some kind of power over here. Come around her hand. Up here, too. Just sketching, just throwing down lines. This gets everything nice and fluid and looking just kind of organic. You don't want to get too crazy on the power lines and stuff. Just kind of go with it. Kind of flush out this hand here. Nice curvy lines. There we go. That's Scarlet Witch. Boom. Okay, let's see. So belly button here. There we go. Now the boots. Boom. And we're going to go up and down. Boom. All right, let me make sure this is good. It's really hard to make your leg go back this far when you're just standing there, but it's, you know, it's comics. It's very difficult to do unless you're like whipping your leg back. You can't really get it that far, or if you're sitting on the ground. But again, it's okay. It's a comic. So this should be here. I'm going to draw through because I need to see this fully. This should be something like this. There we go. And then I erase this. So look at that. It erases so nicely. Okay, let me check the chat, yo. So Eric, are you choosing your own drawings now or still having people pick them? I am choosing the drawings. Choosing them. Yep. Yeah, Duck Bacon. What's going on? Just got home in time. Hail Eric. Hail chat. Fire. 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 Hail Repairman Jack. Hail Nighthawk. Hail chat. Boom, 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 boom. All right, let's see. Repairman Jack is peachy. Love that avatar. Punisher. It's awesome. Repairman Jack, he definitely gets the coolest avatar nod. Duck Bacon, yours is cool. Yours is cool. But Repairman Jack's got some pretty cool ones. Nighthawk, yours is letters. So you're gonna have to work on that. Eric, updates on Shadow Sentry. Yes. I do have updates. So this week, gosh, I got about 10 pages of roughs done on the Commander Noble story. The Hopscotch story is all done. I'm getting some colors in on that. My colorist is getting to work on that. They're looking awesome. And I will post an update and I'll show those out on social media very soon because they're looking good. And I've already showed the page with the inks. It's page 6. So I will share that. What else? Yeah, the Hopscotch Halloween cards. I got to do some coloring on those. Those are going to be on the campaign page come Halloween. And yeah, I got Matt Cosson. Matt Cosson gave me his. He did a sweet looking Maleficent. Gabrielle Geski's got 2 cards she's doing for me. One is like a cool Japanese looking chick. I don't know what the actual name of it would be, but has a unique style and look to it. And then the other one's kind of like a circus type performer, which is cool. Yeah. So, and then also I'm going to put the posters. Actually, if I can find a poster, I will show you guys the poster because they're sweet. I just got to think of where I put it. I got to see if it's available. I think it is. All right. So I will get those. I'm going to show you those because those are awesome. So I got the holochrome posters, 11x17. They look really sweet. They'll be on the campaign page too. And also I'm going to throw up sketch cards. So if anybody wants a Hopscotch Halloween sketch card, I'll be doing a handful of those as well. So I think that's it. If I think of anything else, I'll let you know. Thank you, Nighthawk. Good question. Repairman Jack. Hey, Eric, is 9x12 size paper for portraits and you use a bigger size for the comics? Yeah, 9x12 is, yeah, like actually, so this Ahsoka, this is 9x12. It's more of like a standard, size. 11x14 is more of a standard size. I think the sizes that you can like print, get like prints from a store, they have more traditional sizes. 11x17 is a weird size, but that's just the size that comic artists have always done their paper, their comic pages on. So that's why it's 11x17. Some guys do bigger, actually. Some are like 12x18. It all depends on the artist. I mean, gosh, I think when they first started comics, they were doing them like enormously huge, even bigger than 11 by 17. But 11 by 17 has become more the standard size for comic pages. And, you know, when you reduce it, it's at that good ratio for that. Yeah, so when I do my roughs, here, I'll show you real quick. This is, boom, 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 boom. Let me see. All right, this one I'm not going to use, but this is my rough, right? So it's 8.5 by 11. I have my border printed out already. And so when I blow it up and I print it out 11 by 17, it's at that right size. So roughs, 8.5 by 11. Comic pages, 11 by 17. Yep, 11 by 17 comic pages. Have a fun live stream, Eric. Thank you, brother. All right. Looking good. Looking good. Already solid. Thank you, bro. All right, real quick. Let me go grab that poster because I want to show you guys. And I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Here's Hopscotch to keep you company. You can check that out. All right, I'm back. So check this out. This is awesome. So I wanted to get this done kind of as a proof for the covers. So same company printed this for me, but I got posters made basically 11 by 17, and the cover, the holochrome covers will look very similar to this. The light is just rad. So there you go. Yeah, so really happy how this came out. Yeah, so I have this one will be available in the holochrome as well as this one. So yeah, they're actually on Fund My Comic right now. Well, actually, no, this one is on Fund My Comic. You can get this one, this cover in holochrome on the Indiegogo campaign, but this poster will be available. I think I'm only going to make like 10 available, so they'll be kind of rare. But if anybody wants a poster like this, they will be going on the campaign page come Halloween with the Halloween sketch cards and all that good stuff. So there you go. But this Fund My Comic, you can get this cover because it's not on Kickstarter anymore. But this one comes in holochrome as well. Will look awesome. But these are some cards I did for San Diego Comic-Con. Boop. Boop, boop, boop. QR code, little promo for the Hopscotch Kickstarter book there. There you go. All right. Back to Miss Scarlet Witch. She's looking good. She's looking good. I'm excited about this. All right, real quick, check the chat, and then we'll get back to drawing. Jeff Bacon. Clappity clappity. That's very cool looking. Yeah, it is pretty rad. Pretty rad indeed. Yeah, the way the colors pop on that, and it really works good because you got the fire and then all the cool signage going on. So everything really just kind of like glows, and it's pretty neat. I love it. So there you go. Coming soon. Okay. All right. So this would look cool with some of the cool dry brush kind of effect I do with the ink and the paper towel in the background. I might do something like that. That would be cool. As for the shading, I got to figure out where I'm going with that. go just a little bit on the pink area. Oh yeah, let me get my reference real quick. Gotta make sure I get my reference and make sure I get her costume right. Real quick for anybody who's an artist out there, I'll tell you a little bit about my process. When I'm thinking about ways to do the figure, you know, how to position her, posing, all that stuff. A lot of times I'll just go online and I'll find statues. So I'll look at other artists and what they've done, because you don't want to redo something that's been done 100 times, right? Or you don't want to be accused of swiping someone's work. So you got to be careful, and you got to, you know, try to do something that's, you know, it's kind of hard, but do something that's different and unique to yourself, obviously. So I like to look at statues and just see kind of different posing, and because at the end of the day, right, I'm doing this to make it a print. I want people to buy it, right? So you can't always just do what you think would look cool. You got to see what you got to get the vibe of the character. It's got to resemble her, right? So you don't want to go crazy and do something totally weird, and people are gonna be like, "Oh, that looks cool," but I don't like that pose. I don't like her costume. You know, there's so many things, you know, people won't buy your art for, but you know, you got to kind of find that happy medium where it's like, okay, this is the classic. People like the classic, and here's a pretty normal, classy pose, right? So, but I like looking at statues because, you know, the comic kind of stuff is overdone, or it's like hard to get something new. But statues, I feel like they give you a good idea of what, you know, what's a good classy kind of look. So there you go. That's a little bit of my thought process when I'm trying to nail down how I'm going to do the character. But yeah, a classic witchy pose, you know. Oh yeah, does she have gloves? I don't think she does. Yep, she does. She's got those long gloves going all the way up her arm. Okay, fingers. All right. All right, now I got to draw the cape. Kind of like the cape where it's kind of up high. You can really see it coming over here. Look at that. I look at that. Start dropping in some shadows. This really just kind of builds the form out, and you really get the feel of the figure here. I'm not going to go too crazy, but just enough. And then just kind of like a little bit here. All right. Shadow. 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 Oh yeah, guys, I gotta tell you about the Creator. I went and saw the Creator last week. Really good movie. Really good. I really enjoyed it. And what I loved about it though was the look and feel of the whole movie was like straight out of like some awesome like anime movie or like a manga. But the backdrops, the cities, the skyscrapers, it was just like felt like a manga comic like coming to life. Kind of like Appleseed maybe. They had like those big huge buildings and stuff. But yeah, really really good. Really enjoyed it. Yeah, so give it a thumbs up, 5 stars. Check it out. So there you go. I love. So it was kind of like a toss up between the Equalizer #3 because I really enjoyed those movies. It was toss up between that and the Creator, but man, I got a soft spot for sci-fi, man. So if I have a choice between just, more of a normal action drama set in present day, I'm probably going to go with the sci-fi. I enjoy it. Okay. I think we're there. I think we're ready for some ink. Boom. There we go. Focus. Just a little closer, maybe. Just gotta get that camera to focus. Come on, man. Once I start to ink, it'll pan out. But we're ready. Her eyes kind of need some more detail and love here, but let's just throw it in there. I might not even draw her pupils, to be honest. Let's see here. Let's see what I want to do. Do I want to draw her pupils? To be determined. I'm just going to leave it there. We're going to figure it out as we go. All right. So let's start inking. It has been quite a minute since I've inked something. I've been working on roughs, which I do in pencil. Actually, I did ink this. I finished the Ahsoka, and then I inked this rough. But I ended up changing the pose, and I showed more of them. But this was like so quick and easy, and just kind of literally like rough inks. But now I got to take my time and do a nice job on this. So the pressure is on. You can do it, Eric. You can do it. I'll typically start with a brush, but do I want to? Sure. Let's go with a brush. With a brush, you got to be so careful, though. It's so easy to screw it up. And I don't want to screw it up. So we're going to go nice and easy here. I'm going to ease back into it. I really like these brushes, but I do have to be careful because some of them just aren't as good as others, and like that tip sometimes just wants to get away from you. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful. And you got to approach it with a very delicate touch. You don't want to get thicker when you want to get lighter and all that good stuff. It's a fine balance. I'm going to get really light with this here because it's going to be surrounded in light. So kind of just want to just hint at it, really. Hold on, let me move these papers. Crowding me. Crowding me. Here's this. This is my printout sheet. This is my reference sheet for Commander Noble. So this was kind of fun putting together. But I got some Mark Silvestri in there. I liked what he was doing. I got the helmet reference in there. Fun stuff. But yeah, I got the Batman Deadly Duo hardcover, and I got it signed. So I'm stoked about that. I want to do a video on it, and I want to share the black and white art in the back. So that's something I'm working on for another stream. Or video, I should say. Not a stream, but a video I'll share. Just got to get ready. But looking at his black and white line work from that book, it's pretty. Very pretty. So I will share that when it's ready. But yeah, man. Been having a good old time sharing these art books and ashcans I've got. I've got some more. But we'll go through those. And then when they run out, we're going to have to go through something else to figure that one out. All right. But yeah, speaking of which, what's next week? What am I doing next week? I think I have another Lineal U ashcan. I think we'll go through that one. It's pretty cool. The pages fold out and stuff. It's pretty rad. Got an Aaron Lopresti book that we can go through. That'll be cool. Speaking of classics, man, Aaron Lopresti's got a awesome classic style. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Nope, go away. Potential spam. Do you guys get potential spam calls all day long? I do, and it's so annoying. For a good 2 months straight, I was getting these calls from the police officer association. Oh my gosh, it was the most annoying thing in the world. And the dude, every time he answered, because they'd call from a different number, and it'd be a local number, so it wouldn't be 806 or 800. It'd be local, right? So I answer, and he's like, "Hey, Eric," every time. "Hey, Eric." I'm like, click. I'm like, dude, I yelled at the guy. I threatened the guy. It's like, dude, stop calling me. I did everything I could possibly think of, and then it was he literally just kept calling every day for 2 months. It was Oh my gosh. Ugh, worst ever. But luckily he stopped. But that was, oh my gosh. That was a nightmare, man. These people. Anywho, I'm getting all riled up just thinking about it. But it's like, what is up with these dudes? And then like I went on their website and got on like their no call list, and they still called. And it was like, gosh, man, I'm at the point like I want to track this guy down and like find out who he is and go confront him. Like literally, that's how bad it was. It's like, what the heck, man? Make you do crazy stuff just for a phone call, man. Anywho, so I hate spam calls. I still get them, but now at least my phone tells me potential spam, and then I just like click, nope, ain't answering that. If it's important, they will leave a message. They will leave a message, so. Ain't gonna worry about that. All right, I'm gonna stop there because that's not going how I want it to. But yeah, if you guys haven't read the Batman Deadly Duo, if you're a fan of Batman, if you're a fan of Mark Silvestri, highly recommend it. Definitely check it out. I was in Barnes & Noble the other day too, and it's at Barnes & Noble. They have the collected edition out now. I'm really excited though if they're going to release a black and white edition, which I'm pretty sure they would. Like, why wouldn't you do that? Like, if you don't, you're stupid. But I'm really excited to check out the black and white because they show it in every book. They give you like 3 or 4 pages of just black and white at the back of every book. So, and it's Mark Silvestri, man. I mean, come on, he's like one of the greats. He is awesome. Whether he's better than Jim Lee, I'll let you guys decide. I've got my own thoughts, but I'll save them for another video. As you can tell, I've been thinking about it. But yeah, I want to do a video on that. Who's better, Jim Lee or Mark Silvestri? The answer might surprise you. My neighbor is plugging away on the bass. I don't know if you can hear that. He's going to serenade us. We've had all kinds of music going on lately, man. A neighbor literally like down the block had a 50th, celebrated a 50th birthday and like had a live band. And it was like, literally, it was so loud. It sounded like it was like across the street. And it was like a few blocks over. That's how loud it was. But they were good. They were really good. They were like a cover band, you know, just playing a whole bunch of awesome songs. It was cool. We took a walk down there just to hear, and they went pretty late. But my neighbor, his son, they play. One plays guitar, the other plays drums. But the only problem is the type of music it is. It's kind of like that screaming death metal, like you can't understand a word he's saying. It's just kind of like, or at least that's what it sounds like from where I'm sitting. But you know, it's kind of that kind of stuff. The music is good, but the singing, not so much. But he's a teenager, so what else could you expect? But the music is pretty good for them being teens. We'll say that. I'll give him that. Got to start somewhere, right? Got to start somewhere. All right. There's the power blast. Again, just whipping it out there. It's got to look fluid. It's got to have good movement. Hair got to be flowy. Let's see here. Kind of just throw in some wisps. Gotta make that hair look organic. As an artist, I always got to remind myself, you know, I'm not trying to get it perfect. I'm just trying to get across the idea of what I'm drawing. You know, if someone can look at, you know, a silhouette and just know that's a dude walking, I've done my job, right? So if I can do it well enough that you can tell what it is, then we're good. And like the hair, it's like, you know, get some wisps in there, and then if you can make it look cool and organic at the same time, then you've done your job. You know, the really good artists, though, they're the ones that can, like, they can do it, but then it's like they can make it look really artsy, like add some sort of flavor in there that's like takes it over the top and just makes it awesome. Like those are the awesome guys, like Mark Silvestri. Like, for instance, so I printed out these dudes because they kind of got some military garb on there, but I mean, let me see if I can zoom in on here. It's very dark, but here, let me see. My home printer is not that amazing. Yeah, that's not going to work. That's too bright. That works a little better. So let's see if we can get this. There we go. But like, you know, the hand, you got one finger pointing out. Like, that's not a real hand, right? This guy, look at that. That's just like, he's giving the impression of a hand, right? You know, it's not perfect, but as long as you can tell what it is, you've done your job. And I mean, the rest is just scribbles for the shading, but it looks awesome. Same thing up here, you know. It's just a bunch of lines put together to give you the impression that that's a hand. And if you can look at that and be like, yep, that's a hand, then there you go. Mission complete. And like mustache, like scribbles, little lines, scribbles as mustache. If you can do that, you can be an artist. You can be an artist too. So there you go. There's my motivation for you. When you can get to that point, you're good. You're golden, man. And then this finger will be down here. Something like that. I like that. That's good. Again, going really light on this because it's going to be surrounded in pink power. Some pink power blast. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but they're in high school and they sound pretty good. But yeah. Oh, okay, so let's see here. They have a trailer out in their backyard, and like they set up their stuff in the trailer, so it kind of echoes pretty good. But they usually play during the day. I don't mind. I don't mind. Yeah, when I heard that concert going on, I thought it was them for a minute. I'm like, wow, they've really like upped their game, and now they're doing cover music. Awesome. But then I realized, oh no, they're down the street. They're not across the street. But back to that. Then the next day, another family like up the block had a party of some sort. But I could tell they're like more Middle Eastern, you know. They're doing the whole like type deal. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's probably a birthday party or something. But yeah, just all kinds of crazy parties and stuff going on around here. It's pretty crazy. Pretty soon we're gonna have a party. It's my birthday's coming up, October 20th. If you guys want to send me something, let me know. I'll give you my address. But turning the big old 41. I'm already 40. So now I'm going to 41. Not sure how I feel about it. But whatever. It's just a year. It's just a number. I feel great. I look like I'm 25. I wish. A friend of ours just had her 50th birthday. A cousin. Well, actually, a cousin's husband. And he looks great. He's 50. He looks great. So it's just a number. I ain't worried about it. Alrighty. Let's see. Let's curve this out a little. It's a little curvy curve here. Adjusting the pressure as I go. I'll take a break in a minute, check out the chat, see if anything new is going on. All right, I'm going to share a little something. Oh, crap. Darn it. I hate when I do that. I go to put the brush back in the thing, and then I accidentally poke it into the side of the thing here. Don't want to do that and mess up your thing. But, all right, hold on. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to share top secret information with you guys. And sorry, I probably should have turned that off a long time ago. I did not. My bad. I'm a bad streamer. All right, top secret. Only for the people who look at me live are going to see this top secret stuff that I share, okay? But this information is not going to make it out there until probably next year. But because you guys are here, you're going to find out. So I have a piece of artwork, original artwork here from a very talented penciler who worked on a Shadow Sentry cover for issue number 3. This is the one, the only Alan Goldman penciler. And he did a sick. This is going to be combining cover. All right. So check this out. Hopefully you guys know Alan Goldman. He's amazing. Check this out. So I'm going to ink this. Not the original. I'm going to print it out and ink it. But I get to ink this bad boy. So this is the one cover. This is the left side. And then flip it over. Check it out. Ganon, Galleon, Glare, and Commander Noble, of course, chilling in the back. Just look at this. This dude is amazing. The detail is like insane awesome. But yeah, super stoked to ink this. This is going to be awesome. But I got to get other stuff done first, so it's on the back burner. But he did this for me, mailed it out to me, and I got it in hand. So I'm just oogling and googling over it. It's awesome. But I love the way he did Deke. That's like super cool. One of the design concepts I did kind of had more of that look to him, which I was like, I'll roll out the one look and then I'll change it later on. But I love the way he did that. So anywho, there you go, guys. I do have to adjust Brazen's sword because it's a little small there. He didn't quite get the idea of the concept of the normal sword that then turns into a glowing sword. But anyway, super stoked for that. But I wanted to share that with y'all because you're here and I love you guys, and you get to see the cool, never before seen stuff that no one else will. Those pencils are fire, aren't they though? It's amazing. Yeah. So super excited to get working on that. When I do though, I will stream it or record it, one or the other, so you guys can see me do that. That'll be awesome. It would be nice to have Silvestri back for an X-Men arc, right? That would be awesome. Silvestri for longevity and consistency. Yes, indeed. Batman Joker Deadly Duel was pretty beautiful. Yeah, man. Yeah. He's got that awesome kind of style he's doing. I love it. Kind of rough. All right, let me go. Let's go to the top. What do we got? Very cool looking. I was curious about that movie. Yeah. It was really good. It was really good. Somebody was like, "Oh, it looks just like a Star Wars movie." I mean, it honestly, the aesthetic was not so Star Wars as it was like straight out of a manga, like I said. But obviously the guy who directed Rogue One did it, so yeah, everybody thinks Star Wars. But not so. Had a cool, story. I really enjoyed it. I wonder what song is in Eric's head usually when he's drawing. That's a good question. Usually it's the last song I heard because that's what sticks with me. But every so often, probably some Metallica. I love Metallica. I would pick sci-fi as well. Yeah. You saw her in the press using that same brush. Yeah. Yeah, it's called Bimoji. It's a Bimoji brush. But it's got like the Japanese writing on it and stuff. I picked these up at Hobby Lobby. There's actually a Japanese store around here that has them. Matt Cosson told me he'll take me to it, but they've got all kinds of cool Japanese pens. So, Lanil, you. I got 3 spams this morning. Yeah, I'm on my second or third. It's crazy. There's a guy on YouTube who reverse hacks them back. It's pretty therapeutic to watch. Yeah, I gotta watch that, man. I need something to get me through these stupid spam calls. I need to find that. If you could, man, DM me the name of the guy because I want to find it. Yes. Okay. Details are amazing. 90s is the new 60s. Yeah. It's just a number until you're 60. Right? Cool. All right, y'all. One last time. Let's look at these awesome details. It's so pretty. And it's funny. I actually got his sketchbook, Alan Goldman's sketchbook, and let's see if I can find it real quick. I'm not going to be able to find it. I put it somewhere. But I got his sketchbook because I was like, I love this style, but actually his sketchbook, the style is nothing like this. This is more 90s. And the sketchbook is like different, right? So I don't know why that is, but I love this kind of 90s style that he does. It's flipping awesome. So anywho, yeah, we could look at this all day, but we got to get back to drawing. But yeah, just the way you handled each of the characters, like I love that pose and everything for Galleon. Yeah, oh, so cool. All right, so that'll be a connecting cover coming soon. For number 3, issue number 3 of the Shadow Sentry. So I've got Ace Continuato, who's doing a cover for me. His is still in the works. I've got his, I've got mine, and I might throw one more in there. But yeah, fun stuff. It's always cool getting ready for the next campaign and next book and doing some sweet covers and having other artists work on your stuff with you. It's pretty sweet. It is pretty cool. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Throw those wispy lines down while I'm feeling wispy. Okay, let's do the legs. For the legs, I'm gonna use my French curve because I don't want to screw up the legs. For those long lines, I want to be able to put them down without jacking it up. Sometimes I'll freehand it, but other times I'm like, I don't want to chance it. I don't want to screw that up. You guys who've watched me for a while, you know how I do. If I get warmed up enough, then I'm like, all right, yeah, I feel confident. I could do that without killing it, but not yet. Not yet. On another video, I'll show you the sweet artwork that I got from Chris Stevens. If you guys know about him, Duck Bacon, you probably know about Chris Stevens. You're on Instagram. He's a fantastic artist too. I don't think he does comic work. I think he does like commissions and stuff. But he had a print sale. He was doing some prints, and I got a Spawn. So I'll show you guys that on another video because I don't want to take too much time away from Scarlet. But and he was doing remarks too, so I got a remark. Yeah. I was like, you know what? I didn't spend a whole lot of money at San Diego Comic-Con this year, so I'm going to splurge, and I'm going to get a cool Chris Stevens illustrator print. But I follow him on Instagram, and all his stuff is like phenomenal. Let me get a drink. Okay. Gotta clear my throat. All right. Let's see. Where do we want to go next? Let me do this arm. All right. Because I did the other hand with the brush, I'm going to go back to the brush. This is the thumb. While I'm working, I'll usually throw on a movie, and I just started watching Ready Player One again. That's a pretty cool movie. It's pretty fun. It's like I don't know what you'd call it, but I mean, it's like all pop culture, and you see Spawn running around, you see the Battletoads. I'm pretty sure I caught a Ninja Turtle in there, but it's cool to watch. I'm sure it's coming soon where we're gonna have stuff like that. All virtual reality stuff. Facebook tried it, but they have not. But they're whatever the heck that was called. They tried it, but they haven't gotten there yet. They're trying. They want to get us there quick. All right, I'll do this here. All right. get this leg done. I feel like I want to go thicker though. Let's go with an 8. Get this curve right. Let's see here. It's not even anywhere thick as where I thought it would be. And my 8 sucks. What's going on with my 8? I thought I recently replaced all my pens. Usually when I start, new pages or something, I'll replace my pens, and I could have swore I did on this one, but it still is horrible. I have a whole thing of 8s. I think we should try a different one. I just do not like the way that one is handling. It probably is new because it's like a thin line. Usually after I use it for a while, it gets thick, which is what I want, but it is not thick. An 8 is supposed to be thick. It's supposed to be thicker than a 5, but it's when it first starts out. See, that's better. That's so much better. I don't know what's wrong with this guy. Maybe I didn't replace this one? Yeah, it's like, you could tell it just sucks. It's going in the trash. Sorry, 8. I'm sorry, man. Let's try this again. I want a nice thick line. It's the under part of her leg, so it should be thicker. So let's... Do you guys hear that? Is it that loud, or can you not hear that? It's like some... I'm just going at it, man. Attacking those drums. All right. I'm going to have to probably freehand that. I don't know if I'm going to find a curve that'll match that. Maybe. But I'm going to freehand it. There we go. Not too shabby. There we go. Almost done with the holding lines. Do I want... Yeah, that's good. See, the nice thing with the brush is you don't have to keep going like back and forth. You just lay it down. It's nice. But, sometimes I just feel more comfortable with the pen in my hand. Love the pen you're with. And I just go for it. Okay. For the shading, definitely going with the microns. But for the boots, we're going with the brush. Something like that. I like it. I like it. Okay. Ugh. My back is hurting. Ugh. I need to work out. When my back hurts, I know I need to work out. It's weird, but it makes my back pain and other pain go away. Shoulder pain goes away after I work out. I've not worked out in a while. I've been lazy. I need to work out. Actually, the last time I worked out, stupid, I did deadlifts, and it was like I hadn't worked out for probably a good 2 weeks, and I was doing deadlifts, and it was like the most I've ever lifted. And stupid me, it's like you need to take it easy when you get back, after a 2-week break. Yeah, I didn't do that, and so it was like it was two something, 215 maybe, I don't know, but yeah, it didn't feel bad when I was doing it. And in fact, I like warmed up with, lighter weight, and I'm like, yeah, I feel good, right? I feel good. I went for it. And then the next day, man, ooh, horrible. Felt horrible. So finally it's back to normal, but don't do that. Don't do it. Even if you think you can do it, you feel good about it, don't do it. Don't do it. My form was all off, and I just, did 5 reps. Stupid Eric. So, anywho, but yeah, but I got little aches and pains, and it's like I know I need to work it out, just work it out, and I will feel better. And I mean, for my work, I sit on my butt all day. So, I have been playing a lot of basketball though with my kids, which has been cool. It's been fun. Never really been a basketball guy. I'm more of a baseball guy, but they started playing basketball, and then we have a hoop. So, it's like kind of just what we do, go shoot some hoops, and it's fun. So I've been doing that, but it's still not enough exercise. I need to go do some other stuff. Yeah, so. Ugh. And I have high cholesterol, which doesn't help either. Yeah. So, diet and exercise, says my doctor. These are the things we talk about when we're 40, right? Don't talk about these things when you're in your 20s. What a drag it is getting old. But I'm not complaining. My kids keep me young. If it weren't for them, I'd probably be decrepit and fat and not be able to move. But my kids, they keep me active, which is good. Okay, let's do this mask. All right, it's getting there. We're getting there. What do I need? Okay, brush. Let's do her hair. And let's go this way. Kind of zigzag pattern works great for hair. You go back, you go forth, you go back and forth, and you go back and forth again. Do-do-do-do-do. Okay. Let's see. Let's do some shading here. I'm not good at feathering with the brush, with the kind of that back and forth motion that you get that cool like jigga 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 line. I'm not good with the brush with that yet, so I'm not gonna mess with that right now. But I will do that because that's what I do. I love that squibble, whatever you call that thing. That 90s squibble feathering technique. I think Art T Bear calls it the noodling, just noodling around. I like noodling around. And let's see here. I know some of her costumes have like the lines going up and down, so I might add some of that. We'll see. So let's be some noodling here. Something here, something there. Just hinting at the ribs there. Not going all in yet, just yet. And that there. I think I need to get darker over here. Let's get darker. This needs to be darker. And this will be darker. I could go full dark down here. Just kind of section this off. And could do that. Let's try that. And all right, now for the noodling. Just noodle it around a little bit here. Fix that. So I'm gonna do a little bit of that. Some of the lines from our outfit. And we're gonna go over here like this. There we go. Looks cool. Let's do some noodling over here. Some more over here. Just noodling around a little. And some there, some in there. A little something there. All right, and then over here, we're gonna fade to black. right. Fade it to the black, and let's do our brush here. Okay. Doodaloo. Let's put that there. What do you think, guys? What do you think?
Sexy.
All right. Chris Stevens is awesome. Yes, he is. The machine gun is like perfect on the Shadow Sentry cover. Yes, yes. Yeah, I've seen you do some very precise lines by hand. Yeah, I try. Nice drummer, fade to black. That's a good one. Yeah, yeah, I love me some fade to black. Yep. All right. Let me. So I'm going to do the face, and then I'm going to call it a day. Yeah, let's get the face done, and then I'll finish the rest up. But yeah, let's go for it. Let's get that face done here. Let's go. Let me think. It depends on which of my smaller pens is working well right now. I've got my O2, which I feel like has been kind of finicky. Let's try the 1. I think my new is 1, or my 1 is new. Yeah, so that's nice. Let's go with the 1. The 005 is too small, but for the face, I think let's go with the 1. Thick to thin on the brows. And the eyes, nice and heavy. All right, nothing too crazy. Noses are funny, man. Like, I make these little just pencil marks, and it's like, that looks great. And then you go to ink it, and it's like, it's too much. It's too fat. It's hard to get that happy medium. Nope, that looks stupid. She looks too happy. You're not that happy, Scarlet Witch. All right, let's clean this up a bit. The good thing is I have Photoshop, and after I scan it in, I can tweak little line weights and stuff here and there. No biggie. But, I mean, it doesn't look bad, but I can just tweak it ever so lightly to get it where I like. It should be a nice kind of swoop where it's like dark or like thick to thin Kind of like that, you know, just ever so light kind of swoosh under the nose there. That makes it look nice. That's not so swooshy, but that's what I was going for. And my pencil lines are so small and thin and light that now it's like once you add the thick ink, it gets a little chunky. But otherwise, I mean, she still looks great. But women's faces, you got to be very gentle and careful and precise. And I still don't want to do the pupils yet. I don't know. I still want to think about it. I don't know if I want to do pupils yet. Yeah, I don't know. Not quite sure yet. Okay. All right, a little bit of bicep in there. And let me make this a little thicker. Where's my 3? Let's go a little thicker here. There we go. Thicker there. All right, here let's little squiggles over there. Let's do some over here. All right, there's that. Oh, sorry, guys. I don't know if you could see that or not, but there you go. All right, I'm going to call it. There you go. A little bit more to go, but almost there. It's been 1 hour and 30, so let's call it. But there you go. Scarlet Witch. Boom. Ugh. Okay. This away. Oy. Check the chat, and then friggin' tight. Cool. Awesome, y'all. Well, thank you for hanging out. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Let's see. What else? Yeah, Monday, some motivation for you I'll be throwing out there. Lineal U. We'll go through another sketchbook. Ashcan. And yeah, let's see here. Change the camera. Okay, y'all. It has been fun. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Till next time. I don't know where we'll be drawing next week. Maybe a Spider Punk. That's one I've been wanting to do. Yeah. All right, guys. I think that is all. So without further ado, take us out of here, Pigeon Toady. Boom, boom, boom.
How you like me now? Oh. How you like me now? How you like me now? How do you like me now? Now there was a time when you loved me so. I could do no wrong. And now you need to know, don't break. How you like me now? 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 How you like me now?
And you're sure you